Okay, slow down. Slow, Mom. Okay, keep going. It's looking nice, huh?
You have to make up your mind.
Okay. Brunch is a great meal, but I want to start a dialogue. I don't know what time brunch is. Is it before noon? Is it afternoon? Brunch for me is when my jammies are off and I'm in a nice shirt and there's still eggs on the table. So let's do something really cool. I'm from Vancouver and springtime is spot prawn season and I use spot prawns in every meal. In breakfast, in brunch, lunch, dinner. So I thought I'd make a spiced spot prawn Benedict with homemade hollandaise. Sounds good? Let's do it together. Okay, first of all, let's talk spot prawns. These things are delicious. They're, for me, the best prawn on the entire face of the planet. And actually the solar system, because all I know is the prawns that come from planet Earth. But these are delicious. They're really plump, they're really juicy, and you catch them at the end of winter, into spring, and they're my favorite prawn. They're sweet, they're juicy, and they're good on anything, especially a Benedict. So let's start with a little spice blend. Because the prawn is naturally sweet, I like to do a spice blend with it. So let's do it together. Just a couple of things, pretty easy. Chipotle powder. It's nice and smoky because chipotle is a smoked jalapeno and adobo sauce. So just a couple sprinkles of that because it can be quite spicy. Some cumin gives it a nice hum. It's like a blanket on a cold day or a good friend and a cup of tea. It's quite earthy as well. So just like the chipotle powder, just a little kiss of that and some onion powder to heighten it up because, come on, garlic and prawns, they match. And then paprika, just to round out the whole spice mix. It's got that sweet heat to it, which I really love. And some chili powder. Chili powder doesn't have a ton of spice to it, but it's got a lot of notes and it makes for a really nice spice blend. And a little touch of salt, even though the prawns have the kiss of the ocean, a little touch of salt is delicious. Okay, that's pretty good. So what I like to do, these are the spot prawns peeled, and they look really cool. They're really nice and fresh. It's the best prawn in the planet. So just put them in there and then hit it with a little bit of spice mix. And I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of lime juice because lime and the spice mix and the prawn is just delicious. So you put the spice mix on the prawn. It's so good. And then when you hit it with a little bit of lemon juice, it just makes those spices jump off the prawn and it's so good. Perfect, yeah, check that out. That's all you want, the natural sweetness, and that's perfect. Just a nice, light little coating on the prawn. It already smells so good, and when it cooks in the pan with a little bit of butter, you never had anything like it. So hollandaise. Hollandaise is pretty easy to make, so you need a couple things. A sabayon, which is a super fancy term for egg yolks and some liquid. So the liquid I like to use, because it's brunch, and brunch legally you can start drinking mimosas and wine, so I put a shot of white wine into it, and then for my hollandaise, I put about 4 egg yolks, super easy. Okay, sweet. So once there's some liquid in there and some egg yolks, then it's time to season it. So this hollandaise can be made so many ways, but this is the way that I like to make it. A couple dashes of Tabasco, not too much, not too little, just the right amount, depending on what your amount is. Mine's 4 splashes. And a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, and just a little bit of that, so it gives it kind of like a vinegar note, and there's some anchovy and Worcestershire, and the Tabasco gives it some heat, and to balance all of it out, a touch of sugar, like a touch of sugar, and then a little bit of lime juice. Lime juice, the white wine, the sugar, the Tabasco, and the Worcestershire sauce are best friends with lemon. So a nice couple of squeezes of lemon. That's all you need for the base, and then some melted butter, and you're good to go. Okay, prawns I got, ready to go. Sweet, let's meet at the stove. When you're going on vacation, try and book off 2 weeks of hollandaise, and they won't let you go, because hollandaise is a sauce. It's not a certain amount of time off. Anyway, let's make a hollandaise together. So with all the liquid of the egg yolks and stuff in there, it's pretty good. But you want to whisk it on a heat source to make it really nice and frothy before you add the butter. So the best way to do this is a little bain-marie or a double boiler. So I have this on, and this is great. Don't tell anyone, but this is going to cook the hollandaise. When the hollandaise comes off, that's the water for the eggs. Shh, it's a little secret between me and you. Okay, so get the egg yolks and liquid on, and you just want to constantly stir it. Now this takes a minute. You're going to have to stand here, stir it, and what's going to happen is the eggs and liquid are going to cook, and it's going to double in size, and you want it really nice and thick. If it gets too hot, keep a little kitchen towel in your hand. You could take the bowl off because you don't want the eggs to scramble. Let it cool down a little bit, but just keep whisking on and off the heat till it's really nice and thick. Cue the music!
Love's got a funny way of showing us everyone has to die. So easy, just let go, just a little, falling into the sky.
Take a look how thick that's getting. It's perfect. Is she in the shot again? Mom, clearly I'm in a professional environment. Would you please leave? I love that woman, but she can't hear anymore. Okay, so keep on whisking it up. Love you, Ma! So keep on whisking it up. So this is a perfect thickness. It's beautiful and thick and glossy. So you want to take it off the heat. So this is where you want to add the butter. So you want to add the butter slowly. Actually, Mom! Hold on. Can you come help me put the butter in? Oh, you might need a little towel here. You want to go slow. Remember, go slow. I'll whisk, you pour the butter. Got it. This is super important. You don't want to go too fast. You just want to whisk it slow. You don't want to split the hollandaise. This is perfect. Nice melted butter. You can use salted butter if you want. I use unsalted butter and always add it at the end. Okay, slow down. Slow, Mom. Okay, keep going. It's looking nice, huh?
You have to make up your mind.
Okay. How you doing?
Lovely.
Yeah. Okay, that's perfect. You're a sweetheart. Quick kiss. Thanks, Mom. Okay, that's perfect. You can give it a taste. And then this is at the end. I don't put salt at the beginning. I put salt right at the end. So just a quick little sprinkle, and it's perfect. It's got a little lemon. It's got a little sugar. It's got a little snap of heat, a little touch of vinegar from the Worcestershire, and that is perfect, glossy, beautiful hollandaise ready to be draped on a perfect egg. Okay. I'm just gonna clean up for 1 second, and we're gonna poach some eggs and cook some prawns and grill some muffins. This is gonna be good. Mom, I love you. So once the hollandaise is made, that's a really good sign so you can start doing everything else. Hollandaise is made, it can sit aside, and then I do the 1, 2, 3 for this. So first the eggs, then the prawns, then the English muffin. So for the water, which used to be the bain-marie for the hollandaise, super good tip. You don't want it too hot. You just want to see a few bubbles at the bottom of the pan. Pop, 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 pop. And then here's another good tip. If you put a splash of vinegar in there, it helps wipe the egg whites around the yolk. So just a shot of vinegar, and that's perfect temperature. So in with the eggs. A lot of people like to crack them and put them into a cup and slide them in, but I just do it out of the shell. So 4 eggs.
Your message here on the telephone, 'cause we've no idea when we're coming home. Any place we wander to, any season we go through, I'll be fine as long as I'm with you.
Okay, awesome. So once the eggs go in, it takes about 1 to 2 minutes, 2.5, 3 or 4, depending if you like it well done. And then in with the prawns. So the prawns are super simple. Prawns have a couple of friends. That's my family and butter. So a nice pat of butter in with the prawns. And just as the butter is starting to melt, then I go in with the prawns. Not a super rapid temperature, but just something nice and light. You want to cook the prawns gently. You can see they start to change color. You don't want to burn those spices, but immediately, as soon as it hits it, I can smell lime and the chipotle powder and the garlic powder. That's delicious with a poached egg and a crispy muffin. Speaking about muffins, I have some leftover butter, so I just butter my muffins because I like them really nice and crispy. So if you butter your muffin and you put it on a grill, they'll pretty soon have crispy muffin. The butter really kickstarts, hey, come back here. The butter really kickstarts the cooking process and then on to a nice warm griddle. Yeah. That's perfect. And then let them toast up. Prawns take a couple minutes, that takes a couple minutes. It's perfect timing. So remember that again. First goes the eggs, then goes the prawns, and then toast the muffins. Yeah, look at this. Super good. And spot prawns cook really quickly. And while they're cooking, just because I'm a sucker for that lime, just one more shot of the lime juice. And you can swish it around, and it helps make the butter turn into a sauce. And I always ladle that sauce onto the muffin. That's great. So once they just start to change color, this is for a spot prawn. And hey, honestly, if you don't have spot prawns, any prawns will work. You can use hand-peeled shrimp, you can use small shrimp, big shrimp, whatever you like. I got spot prawns because it's spot prawn season, so I'm using them. And then just as they start to turn color, off with the heat. Oh yeah, this is perfect. That's beautiful. The white is cooked, and then the yolk is still really nice and creamy. And that's perfect for me. And then I let the eggs sit there for about 30, 45 seconds. That carryover cooking from the white makes that yolk really nice. Beautiful. I mean, if you want it more medium or well done or less cooked, you can do whatever you want, but I think those look perfect.
Be still, my darling. All is well, my darling.
Another key thing for me when I'm making Benedict, any Benedict, is Benedicts are really kind of wet if you think about it. The egg yolk, if it's runny, the hollandaise, so I always make sure I get a nice toast on my English muffin. You want it nice and crispy on the top, and it's really sturdy. It'll hold up to the hollandaise and the egg yolk. That is perfect. Hot. Okay, everything looks good. Eggs are ready to go, shrimp are ready to go. Muffins are ready to go. Hollandaise is done. Let's put it together. All right, so all the hard work is done. The hollandaise is made. Oh, and I just wanted to say really quickly, when you make fresh hollandaise, it has a shelf life of 4 hours. So use it, leave it room temperature. After 4 hours, into the bin. But everything else looks great. Hollandaise is ready to go. The spiced out shrimp is ready to go. I have some avocado, some chives for the top, crispy muffins, and perfectly poached eggs. Why don't we cue some like jazzy brunch music, and then I'll plate it, and you do a bunch of close-ups and make it look super crazy. Yeah? All right, go for it. Those look incredible. Whether it's brunch for breakfast or brunch for brunch or brunch for dinner or brunch for lunch, those Benedicts are good any time of the day. They just look so good, and that hollandaise just sits on top of those humbled poached eggs. Very proud and very tasty. Creamy yolks, spicy prawns, avocado, crunchy muffin, and the best part is my mom helped me make them. And just remember, my friends, if you ever need anybody to drizzle your butter, always phone your mom. These look delicious. Happy brunching, people. See ya.